Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center. Here to congratulate you on your Jayco JAYFLIGHT 212 QB travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. And when you're off campsite, main thing I just want you to think about is our power and water connections. Your power is going to be right above your rear tire, and your water connection is going to be toward the front of your tires. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. And the unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply retract or bring it down, extend or raise it up. Now, should you lose power, underneath this rubber stopper, this silver hand crank will get on there and bring this up and down should you not have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose on them. Once we got our unit level, next thing we can do is stable it. Come up in here, back here are your rear stabilizing jacks. Now you will unhook from this ring that allows this to fall down, pull up on this ring and drop that right down. Then you can take your hand crank and bring it the rest of the way down. Now I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads will protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop. Put them down and then just run these down just until they're taut. Once it feels like it's going to lift the unit, stop. Remember, our unit's already level, we're just trying to stabilize it. Let's get all four of them down. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. 30-foot, 30-amp cord, plugs in here on the side. It's like a pistol grip. We'll plug in about 11 o'clock, turn it to the right, and then put on your gray washer there, or black washer. Now at the end of that 30-amp service, should you need to plug into a 110, and your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15-amp reducer. Get your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protect the lines in your unit. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up to city water connection. Hook up your hose, turn your hose on. Once you go inside, open up all of your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Water taps, showers, etc. Once you get a nice steady flow of water going through them, shut them off. Then, after a few more minutes of filling up, make sure that your hot water heater is turned on out here. And then whenever you want to utilize that, we'll turn it on indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water, we're going to go boondocking. In that case, we're going to fill up our fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply gravity fill it with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Don't leave this unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, remove that hose, put your cap back on, and then when you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up in power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here on the off-camp side, you got a big pass-through storage area. Again, a stabilizing jacks. Back here is where we'll dump our black and gray tanks, as well as our low point drains. This is a tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black and gray tanks. That'll wash out your black tank. Your city water connection. You've got an outdoor shower with hot and cold water here. Again, your power. Here's where you plug in your cable. Again, fresh water. Low point drain. That's to drain your freshwater tank. It's flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure you never block it. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear that gets hot. Then your hot water heater. You got a ladder. You utilize that. Go up there a couple times a year and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a backup camera. Got a cover for your spare tire. Recommend keeping that on there. Helps prevent dry rot. On your back corner here, you got a quick connect LP for your griddle. Got this big awning that has a pitch control. Simply pull down on that if you want to tilt your awning away. It'll hold that away for you. Remember to push it pretty close to up before retracting it. On your campsite, you got a couple of outdoor speakers, a vent for your microwave. This is a clamp for your TV. There's a mount inside that you can hook on TV and clamp that on here. You take that same mount, buy a couple more of these and put them on your mounts indoors. I'll show you where to put those. Then you can take the same TV and just snap it to wherever you want to utilize it. You can put your cable and 110 out here for that TV, or 110 out here for anything you want to cook on the table. The other side of your pass-through storage. Your propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator. So if you point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty loosey to open. Can put it in the middle, and it does have an automatic crossover. You see on here, open up here, green. Green means you've got gas. Can't see it that well in this camera. About covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Going up the steps, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. Real quick here, to the right of that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, always running off your battery. So if you are out boondocking, dry camping somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, and you're going to be gone for the entire day, use that battery disconnect up front to keep this from running your battery down. Up in here is where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's your freshwater button, one I said to hold down when you're filling your potable water. And then there's your battery. There's a water pump to turn on when you're utilizing your freshwater pump. Your awning control. On your awning, you only want to run that out until you can see your brown bar and that flap falls down to 90 degrees. If you hold that button down, that will continue to run itself out and start to run itself up backwards. So be careful and only run it out as far as you need to. To the right of that awning control are interior and exterior lights. Got a 110 and a couple chargers here. Turn on and run the rest of the way back in. Shut off that light. That in. Tell you that these slam locks work best when gently slammed. Alright, continuing into our kitchen here. Under your sink, you got access to your water lines. Keep an eye on them. You are bouncing a house down the road. You don't want nothing to wiggle loose over time. Up here you got a microwave. Below that, fan and light. That light at the top here makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Down for an oven light, but we'll rock it up for now. Turn that to your flame. Hit your spark. Same thing on all three of them. Now also your oven, your pilot light, you just turn that to light, hit your spark here again, that'll light your pilot light, and then turn it to your desired temperature. If you rock that panel light down, it becomes an oven light. Couple more charging ports here above your dining area. While above your dining area, get a nice sound system. Bluetooth will go to FM here. I don't know how well we'll pick up stations in this room here. We're in a big metal building, won't pick up too much here. But indoors and outdoor speakers, auxiliary Bluetooth, nice sound system. Here's the clamp I said that'll hook onto that wooden bracket, that plastic bracket outdoors. Put your TV on here, and this will literally just snap right on there by using this. So get one of those brackets for here, snap a TV up here. There's your cable 110 for that. Use that same mount you can mount over there by your bedroom. I'll show you in a moment. This will lift up, remove those legs, put your tabletop down onto these plastic pieces here, put your flat cushions on the back. That'll give you another sleeping quarters there. Over here, we can jackknife this down by lifting up, showing you access to your water pump, where you will winterize, and your AC lines, or another sleeping quarters. Right now you're in winterization mode. You turn all the lines back toward the water pump when de-winterizing. Your Furrion fridge controls for that are all right here. Below that is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s down there, and a 40 and a 30. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Thermostat. Let's turn that onto AC real quick. Crank that up right here. There it goes. Quick dump on the end here. Close that and blast it through everything else. Shut the AC off. Go around off. Generally those shut off kind of quick. Now with the heat, you see that come on down there. The heat generally takes a couple of minutes for the heat fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Got that kicked on. We'll shut that off. You'll hear it'll run a few minutes while I'm walking around. Coming into our bathroom, before I do, there's an access panel. You lift up on this. Access panel to your water lines from the back of your shower. Water lines here. Keep an eye on 110 with GFCI reset. You have a hand open power exhaust vent here. And then here's where you turn on and off your hot water heater. Once it's full of water, turn it on, set it to the desired temperature you want it to be. Again, making sure that it's turned on at the unit outdoors. And here's another spot to mount the TV. There's a backer here. Again, I recommend getting one of them plastics. You can use the same TV in each spot. Storage under your bed on hydraulics. Holds it up for you. This is just where it's wired for solar. That's a template for the text in the future in case you ever do have this wired for solar. Keep that on there. And that about covers everything on the inside. It's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close everything up. Now, besides battening down the hatches, I like to shut off my main light, and then I can walk through and see which lights are individual. Another thing on this radio touched it once, was muting it. You hold it in, it'll actually shut it off. Heard the furnace just now shut off. A lot of individual lighting on this. So walk through and shut all this off. Once everything's closed up, again, making sure you've walked through the unit and secured things for travel. Exit the unit after I shut off one more light. Make sure your vent is closed, door is closed, exit the unit. Biggest thing on the steps, make sure your door is all the way open, otherwise this is going to catch on it. These are also adjustable. Pull or push on your cotter pin to adjust those legs. If will fold up in there. They're up in there. Lock and deadbolt your door, lift and turn your handle. If we are boondocking. Then come on over here underneath our fresh water, dump our fresh water drain, bring up our stabilizing jacks. Again, now we can just pull on this cotter. That'll help release them and lift them. Bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on home or to the closest dump station. For the campsite, we're going to hook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. The dump's going to be right in front of your tires on your off-camp side. You got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up. First thing we're going to pull is our black holding tank. That's going to be the black handle right here on the right, and that's going to be your sewage. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. Shows empty, come back out here, leave that handle open, grab the hose at the dump station and come up to this tank flush. Hook that up, hook up your hose and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose, put your cap back on, go inside and check the level of your tank and make sure all the washout that we sprayed in there has washed out. When that's done, close your black handle and pull your gray handle. Now, the gray handle is going to be cleaning the waters, your sinks and your showers. Usually while that's draining, I'll go ahead and dump my low point drains here. When all of them are done, we'll go ahead and close them back up. Close up your gray handle, remove your sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it here in your bumper. Hook up your hitch and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.